Hi guys, so I'm here to talk about chapters 9 through 15 of California, and holy cow does a lot of stuff happen in these chapters. So the story just continues progressing and you start to see a lot of development happening and a lot of background being revealed about the land that Micah has been living on and how it was just like formed and created, and you are finding out more about this group of people and what they're doing and how this whole society works. It's interesting to see the development of both Frida and Cal as they are individually finding out information about the land and background and history and everything, and what they're choosing to tell each other and what they're choosing to not tell each other. It's interesting to see the relationship between Frida and Micah as well as Cal and Micah and how they're different, and just seeing like how much they trust each other or don't trust each other. I mean, you can't really tell how Micah's feeling or what Micah's thoughts are because everything's told from Frida and Cal's perspective, but it's just been really interesting and I'm just so intrigued by this book, and it was so hard for me to stop reading. As a note, in case you guys were wondering, as soon as I'm finished recording this video, I'm going to keep reading this book to figure out what the heck is going on. There was so much that was revealed, I can't even like cover it all. I think the biggest thing for me was just the fact that the Millers were on the land, which I had to guess about, or that's kind of was my thinking when we originally found out that the Millers knew about this area. I kind of had a feeling that they were part of this community at some point, and then they had at least their first kid on the land. And then the second interesting thing for me was about how August gets his materials from the communities. When we were first introduced to August, I had this idea that maybe he was going to these different communities that are talked about to get different things to trade with. Like, I always just kind of had that as an idea, like it completely makes sense. Like, how else is he going to find other people to trade with or find the things that he needs or wants to be able to trade with other people and things like that, and to keep this profession, I suppose you could call it, going. He has to go to these sort of guarded communities. So it completely made sense to me, but at the same time, the fact that you now know that August is basically working with Micah and doing all this stuff and getting very specific things from the communities based on what the land needed, I thought that was just super interesting. I feel like the land is basically like a community, except that the people on the land aren't rich, but like their abundance of resources compared to anyone who's not on the land is just really an interesting dichotomy, because they view themselves as being like open-minded or anything like that, but they have a lot of the same restrictions and rules and things like that that a community would have, or it might not be the exact same thing, but it's like parallel ideas just implemented in different ways. If I had to guess about what was going to be coming up, I mean, I don't really have much of a guess, but I have a very strong feeling, or maybe more like a wish, that we're going to go into one of these communities that they talk about. I think the one they mentioned is called the Pines, so I have a feeling like Frida or Cal is going to end up going to that community, and I want to say that Tony's going to be there. I'm still holding out hope that Tony's going to reappear at some point in this book, especially since Frida keeps thinking about her, and I feel like that's so we don't forget who she is, because she's going to be coming up again. So that's the only guess that I have. Otherwise, I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out. I feel like Frida and Cal are going to be forced to leave the community because of the pregnancy or something else that happens, but I don't feel like this is going to be a happy ending, because it rarely ever is in a dystopian. So I feel like it's going to be a situation where either they're going to be forced to leave and then they're going to end up being taken by like pirates or something like that, or something's going to happen to their baby which is going to ruin their relationship or something like that. Just bad feelings. Bad feelings. So yeah, those are my really quick thoughts on the middle section of California. I tried to do this quickly because, like I said, I want to get back to reading this book. If you are participating in the Reblog Book Club, leave your comments down below letting me know what you guys think is going to be happening at the end of the book. Again, no spoilers, or even just letting me know what you've thought of the book so far. So yeah, that's all I have for now. Bye guys.